this is a lovely card where what we've done is we've measured out a central panel and folded it backwards, but then the hidden surprise is that we also do an exploding centre. So it's a two-part project. I'm going to show you how to fold the card first and then how to do the measurements for the exploding centre second. Okay? Now this is a standard A5 size card, so it's going to fit in a regular A5 envelope. And to start with, we're going to be using A4 cardstock. So first thing, very simple, we're just going to score this in half. So resting up against the side where the handle is and put the half fold A4 score line in. And I'm going to score it, turn it over on itself and burnish that crease line. Okay? Now, you could either use something to draw around in the centre, but to get it perfectly accurate, this is the technique I'm going to show you. Okay? So I'm going to start butting against the handle, and then we're going to score the half fold A5 line, but only in the centre. So I'm just going to feel for it in the centre, and I'm going to do it there, turn this right around and butt my folded crease line up against the handle again, and I'm going to do the same again. I'm just going to feel for the half fold A4 line in the centre. Okay, then I'm going to turn it round and I'm going to feel for the gatefold line, and I'm just going to join up those two lines, turn it right around, feeling for the gatefold line again, and just going to join those two lines. And then where they haven't quite joined, you're just going to take it back, find your original score line. And what that gives us is that gives us an exact measurement square right in the centre of our card. Okay? Then what I'm going to do is I need to score this in half on the outer side, so that would be gatefold A4. So you take the gatefold A4 to the first line and also bring it up from the base line. And that is the principle behind how the card's going to work. Now you need to very carefully with a craft knife cut from this central line around the score line and then back in again. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold this panel inside and burnish the crease and fold it very gently back on itself. So you can see how that gives us the base card that we start with. So you can see here what I've done. That's the base card. And now we're going to make that exploding centre. All right? So if we pop the card to one side, for the exploding centre, you're going to start with a sheet of paper, so it's much easier to work with paper, that measures 21 centimetres square, so it's A4 squared off. And we're going to start by placing it on the ultimate, and first of all, just scoring the half fold A5 line right up the centre. Now notice when I'm working with paper, I'm using the larger head ball tool, and I'm just going a little bit more gently. Now what we need to do is we need to diagonally score. So I'm going to go right from this corner, right down to this corner here. And all I'm doing is making sure both of those corners are exactly on the inside of that score line. And take the score right across and then doing the same here. And accuracy is the key here. If you make sure your measurements are accurate when you measure your paper to begin with and also do your crease lines, you end up with a much more professional finish. So we've gone diagonally across the middle and right up the centre. Now what we're going to do is rest up against the handle, and I want you to score the second line, which is the first one after the wavy line, but only score until you get to that diagonal. Do the same at the bottom, coming up, only score until you get to the diagonal. Turn it round, score to the diagonal, and do this 4 times. And you'll see they'll start to join up in the corners. Okay, so then for the creasing, what you'll find is with those central lines, it's actually much easier to fold, and it'll be a lot more pliable if you fold and burnish both ways. Make sure you always fold the score line away from itself first, based on where you've done your folding, and that's just good practice to get into when you're working on the ultimate. Just means you don't ever get cracks on any of your score lines. Right, then these corners, what you'll find is, you see, if you push the two ends in, this will come together to form like a dart. Okay, then these corners, just push inside. So you can see I'm just going to, this time burnish just using my thumbnail and push that corner inside. Same again, going inside and burnishing it with my thumbnail. And what we've done is, I've calculated it so that that is exactly sized to fit inside this panel here. Okay, so it's just going to go exactly to the centre and fit perfectly into this panel. So all we're going to do is put some tape onto this panel here. And actually what I'll do is, just so that we're sticking tape to make it extra strong, I'm going to put some tape on that side there, and I'm going to glue that perfectly into place. And all I'm doing here is making sure you see that my line doesn't go beyond the crease line. There we go. And then do the same again. Put glue on this side and fold the card over. And now when we take that and fold it back, there contains the surprise. And you can see all I did with the one that I decorated was I stuck a topper panel onto here and actually printed the paper in a contrasting colour. Fantastic card, that one, like a hidden surprise in the centre.